Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. Today, we're going to Barnes & Noble. This is my local Barnes & Noble, and you're gonna listen to me talk about every book I've ever read, or every book I've ever wanted to read. Guys, this is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I don't have this version, but I do have this version of the second book, and I just finished Onyx Storm. This is a beautiful table. Guys, in my last vlog, I bought this book, A Study in Drowning. I haven't read it yet, but I do have it. Oh, maybe not that close. Guys, I love the covers of these books, but I've never read them. I've read the first two books of this series. I've read this. I have, however, read Twilight by Elsie Silver. I'm sure I rated this 5 stars. I've read this book. Read it on my Kindle. I think I have the physical copy. Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have the hardback version. It's really good. Here's the first 2 books to this one. I've read these too, but I don't have the physical copies. Actually, that's a lie. I do have a physical copy of this one. If you've ever read this book, you know what I'm talking about. It's one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. It's so good. Except I'm pretty sure I have a paperback and it doesn't feel like this. I don't know, guys. I recently read this book, didn't like it. But I did like these books. This is the second book of that series. Ooh, I've heard this is very good. Why is this book so much bigger than this one? Why is it so much bigger, period? I don't know, I've heard this was really good. And guys, I've read this book. I'm not gonna say my thoughts because I don't think they're welcome here. But I have this book on my bookshelf. I'm excited to read it, but I haven't yet. Not in a romance mood. Guys, I want to read this book so bad, but it's so intimidatingly long. But it does have the qualities of that. Guys, one time I picked up this book and I was like, that looks pretty interesting, like a space book. Tell me why Logic wrote it. I turned it over and said, you know what, I'm not reading it. But I did just buy this book, which I don't know what the second book to this is, but I know there is a second book. I've heard good things. Jackson just finished Dune by Frank Herbert. He's currently on book 2. Wait. I also recently bought this book, When the Moon Hatched. I'm so excited to read it too. I've heard it's like ACOTAR, but like with dragons. Guys, I don't know, I recently bought this book too. When did I buy this book? This before I started making videos again. Anyways, I recently bought this book. It's beautiful, as you can see. And this is the second book in that series. Also very beautiful. I've heard this book is really amazing, but I haven't read it yet. But maybe one day I will. Back at the altar, read all of the ACOTAR books. I've read all of the Throne of Glass books. Still have to read the Crescent City books. I only have 1 and 2, but I bought this book, Earth and Blood. I bought it in a special edition that didn't have anything on the front except for the picture. And then I had to buy Sky and Breath with the words on the front. I was very upset about that. Guys, I bought the collector's edition of, well, technically Jackson bought me the collector's edition of ACOTAR. And this is the collector's version of Throne of Glass, which, might I say, is even more important than the collector's edition of ACOTAR. Can someone tell me what's wrong with this book? I'll give you a good 2 seconds. Jail time. Reminded me of Tangled. The purple and the yellow. It's beautiful, but I've never read these books. I've been more into romantasy than I have romance lately. I've just been in a really big fantasy mood, and I think I'm just a fantasy reader, guys. You know, Every time I see assassin in the name of a book, I'm like, they're definitely copying Throne of Glass. But to be honest, maybe they're not. Guys, I need to know how you felt about the ACOTAR special editions that just came out, the black ones, because honestly, it made me so angry. If I do read romance, it's probably something like this. When I first read the back of this book, I was with Jackson in here, and I was like, what's this book about? And I'm reading literally like this first little tidbit. I'm not letting you read it. This first little tidbit is like 2 sentences, and I went, guys, I've also read this book. If you know, you know. I've also been wanting to read this series. Guys, I don't really read thrillers or horror books anymore. I used to read a lot of them, but guys, these are the 2 books I'm gonna buy. We're not buying him a Colleen Hoover book. Absolutely not. Okay, y'all. So my sister said, I know what book I'm gonna buy. What book are you gonna buy? Get over here. Get over here and tell them what book you're gonna buy. Fourth Wing. She's gonna buy Fourth Wing because I just finished Onyx Storm. I'm freaking out, guys. And now we have to find one for her husband. These are not the books that he's gonna want to read. These are like classics and poetry. Oh, yeah, definitely. I think we should get him a fantasy book. But no, he said no fantasy. Caleb, you're an idiot. It literally says, can I get 2 books? What does that mean? Depends. Like the diapers? What do I get? To pay for it? I'm getting 2 books, y'all. That's him saying yes. Guys, there's a book that we didn't talk about yet, which is Love in Other Words. I've read it. It's so good. I cried in Jackson's bed for hours reading it. It's so good. Okay, guys, I'm hiding in a section just to say this is me wrapping up this video. Thanks for watching. Love you.